Hi, I'm Danny Bray, here to talk about my mom, Sue Clark, and Mickey Billings, and I'm also here to talk about my mom, Sue Clark. First of all, let me just say that my mom was a warrior, and she battled six different kinds of cancer, six different types of cancer, and never complained. This was the woman that was sitting in church praying for other people while her friends were at their churches praying for her. She didn't pray for herself. She prayed for everyone else. She would say, oh, we can get through this. And she did every single time. But it ultimately ended up being my mom's heart. And she was in the hospital. And my dad called, and my nickname is Bird. And he said, there's nothing more they can do for mom. He's been told that now by that I would not leave her anymore. And he said, I'm going to bring her home. I said, bring her home. And I'm not kidding. This is absolutely hands down not a joke. When my dad made that phone call, I immediately got off the phone with my dad. I picked up the phone and I called hospice. And within an hour, 1 hour, my mom and dad's living room was transformed. The bed was there. All the equipment was there. Every single thing that was needed was there. And the EMTs brought my home, put her in her bed. And we were unbelievably fortunate enough to have Emily, who knows our family, and their roles are no longer to be a hospice nurse or to do this kind of work. And they dropped what they were doing right there, and that's what they did. And they never left mom, not once. I mean, they did everything. They wouldn't let any other on-call nurse do it, and they said they're going to take care of mom. For me, I feel like it wasn't just hospice and somebody that can do the things we couldn't do. It was I feel like they cared about my mom as much as we cared about my mom, and at least that's what they showed. The dignity, yes, the dignity. They made sure she was covered. We never felt like your mom's dignity was put at rest because they very much cared about the person. When she passed, we called and they came immediately. There was a snowstorm that night. Emily came first because she was closer. Stayed with us, helped us, bathed mom, combed her hair. When we say they will do as much or as little on the personal side as you want them to do. Like if you don't want to talk about it, they don't make you talk about it. But if you want to talk about it, you don't feel like you're holding them hostage. And my dad's very particular, I would say. And when it came to my mom, like my mom's dignity was important. My mom felt what they were doing and not doing it. Because my dad has ridden this roller coaster for 12 years of my mom sick. I mean, she had a stem cell transplant at Rush. I mean, she a brain tumor. I mean, my dad has done, they were married for 40 years and still each other's very best friend. Yes, so he wanted everything to be good for her, like how she would feel. And my dad has said countless times during and after countless times, could never ask for anything better because the way they cared for and his wife was important for my dad to feel that my mom would have been okay with how it was, with the dignity and with the people who were there. It's that personal touch that's here that people do not realize is here. And it doesn't matter if they know you. Just because our stories that we knew Emily and Stacy before, that doesn't matter because they treat everyone the same, meaning they don't have to know you and your family and your history to give that type of genuine care. And I've seen it here at the Hospice House. A good friend of mine's mother passed away. She was kind of my second mother, and she was here at Hospice House, and the family lives in Chicago. They were just thrilled in this facility. They could not believe the care, the cleanliness, the rooms that you could just go sit in. I remember when my mom got diagnosed with yet another cancer, and I got so mad. I was furious. I'm like, and I remember saying, this is just ridiculous. It's somebody else's turn. And I've never been more noble than my whole life when my mom liked me, and she dead serious then. Who would that? Who would you choose? And I go, what? And she goes, because I can't think of anyone that I would choose. So I'll do it. They left a great mark with our family, and they can do it for many other families.
I just want to share with you how I am so pleased with the people involved in the Rock River Hospice It all was kind of started when 2 days before Vicky's 75th birthday, she started falling on the floor, and we couldn't understand what was going on. Went to the doctor, and he immediately sent us to the emergency room. We've been married 56 years, and Vicky just doesn't get a cold and flu or anything. But now she was kind of great. So our doctor recommended after 6 weeks we had her home. She lost use to left arm, head, her left leg, the brain tumor caused swelling in the brain. And as that progressed, she lost then finally her ability to stand and walk. The doctor recommended that we consider hospice. Tried to keep her healthy. Wanted to the best, keep her out. But couldn't. Impossible. But they were kind enough to come out and help us until the day came when we had no choice. We had to get some extra help. And they brought her here at Rock River Hospice. And I can tell you that my first impression was, wow, this is so much better, so much different than the nursing home. There's 6 units here, and the people that are on duty during the day are on duty at night. They're all loving, caring professionals in what they do. And 3 days after Vicky was here, she called me after I got home tonight, and she says, Larry, this is where I need to be. They're treating me like a queen. These people are wonderful. They care about me. For me, the help. She came in here March 15th, and the brain tumor has now progressed to the point where on the left side of her mouth is paralyzed, and the muscles in her throat, she's unable to swallow food anymore. But these wonderful people here, they know how to handle each stage of this. 8 days after we found this out about Vicky, I first experienced them this morning. So in all of this darkness, there was some light. And we had such a variety of birds that would come. We set the bird feeders up outside a little picture window from our kitchen, and we would have Baltimore Orioles, roast geese, and pelicans, juncos, 3 different kinds of woodpeckers. And so I knew what had come up here, and I wanted her to be able to have some of that single thing. And people here have been so accommodating. I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful for these people in this building. Somebody said, can I put up a bird figure? Yeah, no problem. And so she's able to be positioned and looking out that window. And she's very much in peace here. This place is a blessing, really is.
My name is Tina Madova. It's my husband, Chuck. And we had a son named Chad. Yeah. The typical little boy to about the age of 6 when lost his vision. Seizures started later on, about a year later at 7. And within the next few years, he had a mental and physical decreases. At the age of 13, we finally got a diagnosis that Jeff had a fatal brain disease called bad disease. There wasn't a career, there wasn't a treatment. Despite all of that, Jeff finished high school, attended a day program, and through the years he lost was losing the ability to speak and the ability to walk, and it was the ability to eat. At 23 years old, we decided it was time for him to stay home. So at that time, I needed help with caring him, and I couldn't do it by myself. And he'd been at the hospital, and we had a home health aide that came briefly after on visit, and we were talking, and she suggested hospice care. But right then, I wasn't ready for that. It was almost called that she said that. She had dared me list of hospice organizations, and on it was Rock River Valley Hospice. And the reason I chose Rock River Valley Hospice was because of the person that answered the phone. It's not exactly what she said, it's what she didn't say when I was asking questions. And there was just a genuine concern here. Jeff had a life expectancy for this disease was late teens, early 20s. He was 23 years old. He was no longer able to walk. Very few sounds at this time. Communication was usually facial gestures or hand gestures.
His ability to swallow solid during entire size and deteriorated down.
The hospice came into our lives. Yeah, we had a wonderful team. We had a nurse visit. We had daily support with his personal care from an aide and help shower him and just, get on dressed and ready for the day. Helped me tremendously. And social workers, we had a pastor that came to visit.
Music therapy.
Music therapy was one of our best memories of it. The whole experience was that. The things that I used to do, it wasn't really a burden, but hospice took a bubble. Get the prescriptions, calling doctors, and just any little, even if it was a minute, if he had a rash, the nurse was there, she saw it, and give him Cree, and, it just was so much more taken off of my shoulders that, it gave us more time to enjoy Jeff.
And Jeff was a big boy, so for her to do it all by herself during the day while I was gone working was physically being very hard on her, and very hard on Tina. The help that she got just working with him and getting him out of bed and getting him out in the showers and doing that kind of stuff was extremely helpful to her.
Jeff was a character as far as his personality. Even if he couldn't express verbally what he wanted, he could, but expression was up. He had a contagious smile, wonderful contagious smile that when he smiled, everyone smiled. He also had what they call it the grumpy frown town face. And he gave that to you even if he wasn't grumpy. If you didn't want to do something, that's what he did. And the girls all got to know that. His nurse also got to know that. And so it was sort of fun just to see everybody interact with him and give it right back to him as far as I can. And that's what Jeff loved. He loved a good joke. He loved to prank people. He just was an instigator like that. And so I was glad that those girls got to see that side of Jeff. But if I had to tell anybody about hospice today, and I have, it's don't bleed. Just to have that relationship with the staff, and then knowing the patient and us, so that when the time came, it was a comfortable feeling our worst happened to be there that day. And I truly believe that's what Jeff wanted.
Well, I think that by getting involved early with Jeff, it was able to help her give Jeff extra care, which in the long term, we would believe he lived longer with the extra care that he was able to receive from Tina and the hospice group that came around to help her. It was that extra care that we believe kept him with us longer in life. And we appreciated that tremendously. A lot of that was due to the care that he was getting, both from an hospice and the.
Hospice is about living your fullest life, surrounded with family and friends, following a terminal diagnosis. And that diagnosis doesn't mean that you have to be actively dying at the present time. It's that you've decided that you no longer want to be going to the hospital, to the emergency room, to doctor's appointments, that you just want to just stop all of that and continue on comfort care. And that is something that you can make as a decision for yourself or with your doctor or your family. Anybody can refer us to hospice. One of the things that I think that people forget about is that hospice grew up as a grassroots effort here in the community. It was started over 30 years ago in this community. It is a not-for-profit agency. We use lots of volunteers. And just like how everything else is changing for the big box stores, you'll see hospices that are going that same route. So we're proud to be an independent, not-for-profit hospice supported by the communities that we serve. So we do serve 5 counties. We are always available for in-home visits. We have our inpatient unit for those that are needing pain control or extra care of comfort. And we love to have people be able to be surrounded by family and friends during their difficult journeys. That's what hospice is for, to not only support the patient, but to support their loved ones and friends on their last journey. If you want any information about hospice, please feel free to contact us anytime. We are happy to talk to you about what hospice can and can't do. And our phone number is 815-625-3858. Thank you.